Hi, my name is Christina. In January of 2026, I traveled to the island of Ikaria in Greece. Ikaria, Greece is one of the blue zones, and I visited the island to experience it firsthand and find out why.
About to head to Ikaria in about an hour. I have my bag here. I have an Osprey 2-pack double bag.
So I flew from Florida with a stopover in Amsterdam and then eventually to Athens, landing at around 4:30 p.m. So the flight I took to Ikaria, I actually spent a night in Athens and flew out the next day.
So this is the view. We just took a bus from the Athens terminal and we're about to get on.
In case you're not familiar with what a blue zone is, it's a place where people live longer, healthier lives, more frequently reaching the age of 100 or have low rates of chronic disease. Of these places, they share in common healthy diets, natural movement, and strong social communities. I took this clip, this is Ikaria right here, as I was flying in, and there is Agios Kirkos. Made it to Agios Kirkos, which is the largest town in Ikaria.
It's just a walk down there to the town square.
So here's some clips from downtown Agios Kirkos from where I was staying. It's worth noting that getting from kind of most of the residential area up that mountain, you have to pretty much walk uphill and downhill pretty frequently. And here's my euro for lunch.
So this is currently the view about an hour from sunset. Currently walking over to the village of Therma. It's about 30 minutes from where I'm staying. In Therma, it's known for the hot springs there. It's a thermal spring, and so I'll keep you guys posted on what it's like.
This is Therma. The walkover was no longer than 30 minutes. It was beautiful. It was also pretty quiet.
Therma Hot Springs. Over here is the town of Therma, and there's a really clear path from Agios Kirkos, and there's signage along the way, which is really, really nice. So here now, and I will let you guys know how warm it is. And for reference, the current temperature outside is around, I think it's 50, 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
The water was a little chilly, but it was still a really cool experience.
Walk around now the village of Therma, and then head back to Agios Kirkos.
Here is my dinner before and after. I had a Greek salad with meat. All right, so there's my dinner. It was awesome. It's worth mentioning, so Ikaria gets less than 25,000 annual visitors, but the big bonus to visiting in January is that it's mostly just locals around, so I was really able to kind of see local living, which was really cool. Is the kind of town square, I would call it, where a lot of like the bakeries and shopping is. But I was down there, I ate down there by the water this morning. Checking in from the village of Chrysotomos, kind of a more mountainous village here. It was really cool here. It wasn't that far from where I was staying, but it still felt really different. I'm gonna kind of walk through here and check out some more of the kind of inlets in this neighborhood. This was my favorite meal that I had on Ikaria. It was so good. Grilled vegetables with pita, garlic, and then I got some chicken as well. I also took some time today to walk around a couple of the markets and shops nearby. Here's a fruit market. This store had fresh herbs. You can see here some oregano. And here are some beans. They also had teas. They had ginger and also an antioxidant blend. All right, so it's another really wonderful night here in Ikaria. I'm about to go walk down to the town square. It's like 2 minutes from here, and go and grab some dinner. Here we are for the view at night, and I'll keep you guys posted on how dinner is. Dinner here is fairly simple. For the last few nights, I've pretty much been having tzatziki with spicy feta and meat. The cats here were really friendly. This is probably the 8th clip of a cat that I've included, but they were really cute and they sat around at dinner.
from Ikaria. This morning I'm going on a tour of a honey farm. First I'm gonna go grab some coffee and food. Honey farm is about 20 minutes up this hill here, so I'm gonna walk to it afterwards.
Alright, so my daily breakfast here in Ikaria pretty much looks like eating either spanakopita or toropita, both just pies with either spinach and feta or just cheese. Like I had mentioned earlier, Ikaria is really mountainous, and so getting pretty much anywhere to, different villages, you're going uphill. Here's some goats. I also found some olive trees. Olive season actually in Ikaria takes place from late October to February.
All right, so I just walked from the water down there to this village up here. I'm on my way to a village called Christos, which is right where the honey farm is.
All right, here is the honey farm I visited. This was so cool. So Ikaria is pretty rugged and isolated, so the bees here have an awesome diet. They are thriving. And so the honey here is rich in antioxidants, it's antibacterial, and it is a delicacy. I learned too that this business had been running for over 40 years, which is really cool. My understanding was that for residents living in Ikaria, they eat the honey pretty much every day. It's either with food or mixed in with tea. Because the honey has such great properties, it's one of the key parts that makes Ikaria a blue zone.
Alrighty, hi everyone. It is Sunday afternoon. Sun's about to set in about 30 minutes. I'm headed out to go see the local church and also, of course, get some food.
My main takeaways as to what makes Ikaria a blue zone in my experience is first the diet. Every single meal I had was pretty simple and, always really good. Every meal had vegetables, at least one kind of meat, and cheese. I also think too, the local herbs, spices, teas, and of course the honey make Ika really special as well. Natural and everyday exercise is also really encouraged by the hilly and mountainous terrain, and also just walking upstairs in the local villages. The lifestyle in Ikaria is important to mention too. Late mornings and later in the afternoon was pretty busy in the town square, but midday I felt like things would really slow down. Also, in Ikaria, nearly 1 in 3 people will live to be above the age of 90. On the island, too, there's really low rates of chronic disease and dementia. In my experience, blue zone living there in Ikaria is defined by the Mediterranean diet, the magic of the honey and the frequent use of it, the hot springs with the ocean nearby, a relaxed, slow-paced lifestyle, natural and daily exercise with walking around uphill, and the untouched nature of Ikaria. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Babs and Glavin Global Fellows.